Need to see all three of you.
Okay, audience. Right there.
No, you went too high.
Went too high?
Yeah. There we go. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Hi.
That way. That way. Okay. Are you ready? Mom! Are we there yet? How much further? I gotta go! When will we get there? That's not the making of a pleasant road trip with 5 kids. Craig Thornborough, in his article, Entertaining Printout Games for Relieving the Stress on Road Trips, explains, when your children become bored, they first begin to aggravate each other, which in turn aggravates the adults in the vehicle, which makes a miserable trip. But with proper planning and a lot of activities, the kids can have a great trip, and so can the adults. I've, over the years, taken a lot of trips with kids in the car, and I've done a lot of research on this and found some useful hints and tips, and we can have a great trip this summer when we go from Colorado to Tennessee. Traveling across the country in the summer with 5 children can be a great trip. So as we go along here, we've got 4 steps in our journey that are going to make us have a great trip. Our journey is going to include step 1, planning and preparing for the trip. Step 2, seating arrangements, and step 3 is the stops and the breaks and the meal times, and step 4 is fun games and activities. Step 1 in our trip is preparing the car for the road. As HotelFunForKids.com stresses in the article, the long road ahead, family-friendly road trips, prepare your car for the road. As important as it is to pack the kids' security blanket, it's equally important to provide your family with the same security by ensuring your vehicle is in tip-top shape and road trip ready. First, we need to make sure the spare tire is inflated. We need to bring along some small tools, screwdriver, pliers, wrench, and then we have to make sure all the fluids are full, especially the gas tank. That's the most important part. Then we need to pack up some healthy snacks and some beverages for the trip. We want to do juice and water and healthy snacks. We don't want sugar. Kids will be bouncing off the seats on a sugar high. We want to make sure that we pack all of our luggage so that there's room in the car for the kids. We don't want kids sitting on top of suitcases. So we're going to call U-Haul and see if we can rent a luggage rack to go on top of the car. Then we got room for the kids in the car. And then before we leave, one other suggestion made by, in the article, 6 Road Trip Games for Kids, Ariane Cohan writes, print out some fun facts about the areas that you'll drive through and have children read them and find the relevant places on the map. There are places that we're going to go past, like the Mississippi River and the Gateway Arch in St. Louis and the Capitol Building in Topeka. And if the kids look those up, research them beforehand, they're going to look forward to seeing those places when we get there. The second step in our journey involves the seating arrangements in the car. We have to have a car seat for the 4-year-old. That's just state law. We have to do that. It's a safety issue. But every so often, the other kids, we can change seating arrangements for them so that they're sitting next to someone new and they're not going to be aggravating that same person. And then we want to bring pillows and blankets. Part of our trip will be at night. They're going to be sleeping. They'll probably want to sleep some during the day too, so their pillows and blankets will be very helpful. Step 3 of our trip is the scheduling stops and breaks. Of course, we're going to have to stop to eat. The article on HotelFunForKids.com suggests picnics for the kids. The last thing kids want to do when they emerge from the car is to sit again at a restaurant table. So if we have snacks with us, or if we stop at a grocery store or fast food, just get some simple things, find a picnic table, let them sit down there and eat. Also, we want to schedule stops at rest stops for them, and we can have a ball or a frisbee in the car, and we can make those stops last about 20-30 minutes, and it gives the kids time to run around and use up a lot of that energy they've stored up while they're riding in the car. And our fourth step of our journey is the fun activities that kids can do while we're in the car. The most popular game is the license plate game, and the kids can watch for all the different state license plates that we see while we're traveling, and they can mark them on the map and see how many we have by the time we get there. And then there's video games that they can bring with them, and MP3 players. Then we can print out some games from the websites that have such things as Connect the Dots, Tic-Tac-Toe, Word Scrambles, Rhyme Games, License Plate Games, and Find the Animals. They can sing along on the radio. In the article, How to Entertain Children on a Road Trip, M.R. Harvey suggests play their favorite station on the radio and encourage them to sing along. You can also bring CDs or tapes with their favorite songs. Also, we can let the kids take pictures while we're on the road, and the pictures that they take we can print out and give to them, and then they'll have those memories. Those are the pictures they took, and those are the things they'll remember. So we've got our road trip planned out. We've got 4 steps: preparing the car, making sure the seating arrangements are all what they should be, the stopping and eating, the meals, the breaks, and the final 4th step is the activities we're going to do. So if we can plan those all out, it'll all go right, and we won't have to even think about when your children become bored, they first begin to aggravate each other, which in turn aggravates the adults, and then we won't have a miserable trip. So we won't be doing that. And I'd like to thank you all for this coming and listening to me, and we're going to have a great trip this summer. Thanks, and have a good night.